Please don't forget subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new daily videos.
This all happened during a low-key game night at my apartment a few weeks ago. My friend, Mason, had brought over some new people, including Jaclyn, who I hadn't really spent much time with before. She was a friend of Mason's and seemed really cool and easygoing. I'd been dabbling in making my own dips and spreads lately, feeling pretty proud of my signature garlic herb cream cheese, and I wanted to impress. I'd also had a couple of those really strong craft beers Mason brought, so I was feeling a bit more adventurous and confident in my cooking and hosting abilities than usual. The night was going well. We were playing some board games, laughing, and the beers were definitely flowing. I decided to bring out my latest creation, a spinach and artichoke dip. I remembered I wanted to add a smoky paprika extract to give it an extra kick. In my pantry, I had two identical-looking amber dropper bottles. One was indeed the mild smoky paprika. The other was a tiny bottle of pure ghost pepper extract I'd bought online for a dare months ago and completely forgotten about. It was so concentrated. It came with a warning label about wearing gloves and avoiding skin contact. Being a bit buzzed and not bothering to put on my glasses, I grabbed what I confidently thought was the paprika. I remember thinking, a little extra won't hurt, it'll really make it pop. So I liberally added what I now realize was probably half the tiny ghost pepper extract bottle into the entire batch of dip, stirring it in with a flourish. Feeling like a top chef, I then spooned a generous portion onto a cracker for Jaclyn, trying to be a good host and showing off my culinary skills. Jaclyn took a bite. For a split second, there was a polite smile, then her eyes widened. She coughed a little, then a lot. Her face started turning a shade of red I didn't know was possible. Mason and Shannon were looking at her, confused. Mason asked if she was okay. Jaclyn started gulping down water, gasping, doubly what was in that. I genuinely thought she was just exaggerating at first. Oh, just my special spinach dip, maybe a bit of smoky paprika. But then I tasted it. Oh God. My mouth exploded in a fiery inferno that felt like 1,000 tiny suns had just erupted on my tongue. My sinuses cleared, then instantly filled with liquid. My eyes teared up. I grabbed the water pitcher, chugging it down like my life depended on it. Jaclyn was now fanning her mouth, hiccuping, and looked genuinely distressed. That's not paprika, Rafael, that's like weaponized spice. The rest of the night was a blur of apologies from me, offers of milk, bread, and anything else I could find to put out the fire in Jaclyn's mouth. She eventually had to leave early, still looking pale and uncomfortable. Mason and Shannon were sympathetic but also couldn't stop snickering about my special dip. I was utterly mortified. I kept replaying her face, the pure shock and pain. I tried to reach out the next day, sending a text apologizing profusely, but didn't hear back immediately. Then, 3 days later, I got a long message from Jaclyn. She said she appreciated the apology but that I truly had no idea. She detailed how she spent the rest of that night and the entire next day with intense stomach cramps, acid reflux, and what felt like a permanent burn across her tongue and throat. She mentioned needing to take antacids and even struggled to eat anything solid for 2 days. She wasn't angry, but she gently, yet firmly, said that it was incredibly irresponsible of me to be so careless with such a potent ingredient, especially when serving it to guests who might not be able to handle it. She ended by saying she still felt a strange metallic aftertaste and was having anxiety about eating anything spicy for a while. Reading her message, I felt a fresh wave of humiliation and guilt wash over me. I still don't know how to properly respond. I just wanted to make a nice dip, not commit culinary assault. TLDR. Drunk on craft beer, I accidentally spiked a dip with a ghost pepper extract and served it to an acquaintance, causing her days of agony and leaving me utterly mortified.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. And please do subscribe to support the channel.